I think my classroom is haunted by Tammy Go. Tamigo. Huh? Okay. So the story begins by saying, lately, I've been experiencing a lot of paranormal activity and it has been overwhelming. Yeah. Okay. Continue. To preface, I'm a preschool teacher. Preschool? I never understood preschool. You got like 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. How are they going to learn? Just read them stories and give them a fucking ho-ho, a cupcake, and have them take a nap. Of course, it's just a place to deposit your kids while you go to work so you can feel strong and empowered. Anyway, to preface, I'm a preschool teacher, and our school is pretty outdated, where you can hear the pipes creaking when a toilet flushes. Yeah, that's pretty old. My classroom had just opened in summer 2021 after being closed for a year due to COVID-19. Well, how did you survive? How'd you make a living for a year? Since preschool is usually a place for, single mothers oftentimes to dump their kids so they can go to work, I wouldn't think you were teaching online. Wow, that's sad. That's unfortunate. Jesus. Out of work for a whole year, probably. I had always felt off when entering the classroom, and I would brush it off as me adjusting to a new school and a new classroom. You shouldn't really ignore these kind of unconscious signals. I mean, even if, visually there's nothing that, should be making you feel off or ill at ease, clearly there's something there. You should definitely pay attention to your intuition and your feelings when all your other senses are offline in regards to what you're sensing, where they're not informing you and it's just your gut. I mean, when you can be informed by your other senses, always go off of those, okay? But your intuition, your gut is telling you something, even though your 5 senses aren't really giving you any input that would lead you to feel ill at ease, but you still feel ill at ease. You should trust that, okay? Whenever I walk in, my eyes always gravitate towards the bathroom. Could be a portal there. Yeah. Yesterday, the kids were getting settled for nap time. Yeah, see, that's all preschool is. They call it school. Just kiddie dumping ground. Yeah, the school part is loosely applied. Ain't much learning going on up in these places. Just, games, finger painting, and naps. Nap time, and we turned the lights off. One of my students was drying his hands, and he was facing towards the bathroom. Okay, shaking and nodding his head as if he was having a conversation with someone. Interesting. Okay, so kids are oftentimes more susceptible to these kinds of outside influences, at least in regards to communication. They're not fully cooked, so they don't have the host of natural at 100% full strength defenses that we adults have. So they're a lot more susceptible, depending on the circumstance, what kind of entity you're dealing with, a lot more open to these kind of outside influences, at least in regards to communication. Nobody was in the restroom. Could be talking to his imaginary friend, you don't know. So I asked who he was talking to. He looked at me, looked back at the bathroom, shook his head, and went to his bed. Thought you'd think he was nuts, maybe. I didn't know how to quantify it in words. I mean, how old is this kid? We're talking about preschool. What are we dealing with? 3-year-olds at best? That same day, I was closing up the classroom, and it was now 5:30 p.m. Okay. As I shut off the light and closed the door, I saw an orb. Okay, you sure it wasn't a speck of dust floating around? A lot of times people do mistake a speck of dust that catches the light as one of these orbs. I'm not saying that's the case here, but it often is the case. Or a speck of light above the box that controls the AC heater. Box that controls the AC heater. It's going to have a lot of amperage flowing through it, so it's going to be emanating a relatively strong electromagnetic field, which non-human entities are indeed attracted to. Anyway, it was weird because there was nothing that can reflect light in that area, and the lights outside the classroom were too dim to even reach that wall, as far as you know. Maybe it was the light in the room itself. I don't know. I'm not in that room. I couldn't say, yo. Anyway, she goes on to say, there will be days where some of my students will refuse to use the restroom. Interesting. So you have this natural tendency to feel ill at ease whenever you are in this classroom and your students are experiencing the same thing. Yeah, I kind of doubt that's mass hypnosis, yo. I think there's actually something there. All right? Otherwise, you wouldn't all be experiencing the same trepidation about the exact same space in the exact same room. Yeah, that's not coincidence, okay? So the students would refuse to use the restroom, and I have this specific student who's such a ball of sunshine and loves playing with me, but lately he's been following me around the classroom with a scared expression on his face. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. So he seems dour and preoccupied and scared constantly now. I've also heard knocking and thumping on the windows and doors, and there's no wind. And it's usually just me on that side of the school. Now, that is bizarre. That is very bizarre. The question I would ask is, has this always been the case? First of all, I don't know how long she's worked here. So maybe she's a recent add-on, and maybe this weird feeling and these weird occurrences have always happened, or maybe this is a recent phenomenon that has just started occurring. I don't really have enough information to say. Anyway, she's heard knocking, thumping, even though there's nobody around. All right, that's weird. It's been weird recently, and I'm not sure how to feel. I do try to debunk a lot of the things that have happened in the past, but some of them are just plain weird. Okay? All right. What you've said so far is weird, but not declaratory of an actual outright haunting, although the, banging on windows and walls, and you go look and there's nothing there. That is indeed bizarro in the fact that you and your students are having the same exact feelings of dread when it comes to a bathroom. Yeah, so that's odd. And the student talking to someone that's not there, and students who prior were just big bundles of sunshine, as she says, and now are preoccupied and down and feeling and acting like they're in the dumps. That is definitely unusual. Now it continues. It's been weird recently, and I'm not sure how to feel. So I tried to debunk a lot, and some of it's just plain weird. There's an update. So thank you so much for the suggestions. She got a lot of replies. Hasn't got my reply yet. I didn't think my post would be seen, and I thought it would be buried. Oh, no. There's a lot of people out there with opinions on this stuff. They're usually bad opinions, wrong opinions. But lots of people have opinions on this stuff, that's for sure. A lot of you had suggested I call a priest. Okay, here's what you got to understand about priests, all right? Generally, the only thing that they can do is a blessing. And if you're dealing with a non-human entity, that's just going to piss it off. I mean, in most cases, it's just going to piss it off. I mean, oftentimes this stuff can't go anywhere, all right? Because where it is in close proximity to a portal back to its own realm, dimension, plane of existence, however you want to refer to it. And so it doesn't have the power, the ability to be ambulatory, to go elsewhere in many cases. So it's just going to get pissed, and you're going to drive it back to its own realm, and then close that portal off, cause it to close. Just a blessing isn't going to actually do it. And even if you are dealing with, something that's powerful enough to be ambulatory, that it can be there, manifesting and physically altering the environment that it's in with no portal whatsoever, not reliant on a portal, it's powerful enough that blessing ain't going to do it. In almost all cases, a blessing isn't going to be enough unless you're dealing with something that's extremely low on the fucking totem pole. Worth a try, I guess, but in most cases, you're just going to tick it the fuck off. Anyway, yeah, but I don't think that's possible since my school is a religious-based school, but it is not Catholic or Christian. Oh, jeez. Oh, lovely, lovely. It doesn't have to be a Catholic priest. The thing that makes a priest powerful is not the church. that he belongs to, but the belief that he has in himself and the efficacy of the prayers and the incantations that he uses and the physical elements that he employs within the rituals that he uses to cleanse a place or person of said demonic oppression or possession. It's his belief in himself. It's his faith. It's his confidence. That's where the power comes from. Anyway, she goes on to say, I know that there are a lot of skeptics out there, and at my school would simply brush it off as me being crazy. This isn't really surprising, though, that there would be a portal in this school. Children are ready-made targets for these kinds of things, so not too surprising. Not at all. Anyway, there was a dark figure who was terrorizing my friend, also a co-worker. Whoa. That's all. By the way, could you give us more information? And I, in September, and he would whisper in our ears, purposely keep us from opening doors. Why didn't you mention this in your story before you got to the update, yo? This seems pretty fucking significant. I'm thinking you just, had this feeling of dread about a bathroom and some, pounding on a wall and a window, but you actually saw something, a shadow person manifesting and talking in your ear, and you can see the fucking shadow person. I would think that would be important detail you wouldn't want to leave out of your story. Oh, yeah, this broad belongs in a preschool, in an environment where you're not really teaching anything, but you're just a glorified babysitter. Yeah, you're in the right job, honey. Oh, so he, how do you know it's a he? Anyway, you should say it. It would whisper in our ears, purposely keep us from opening doors. So it's strong enough to be stronger physically than you in the physical world. This is our realm. Wow, so it's really powerful. And you can feel him staring from the shadows. Yeah. It's a shadow being after all. Yeah. Shadows are a good place to hide. I like to hang out in the shadows. That's good camo. We even described him the same way we would see him without even telling each other beforehand. Yeah, this is a demon. It's a demon. And it's using its interactions with the children, get them comfortable with it, get them comfortable with him, it, whatever you want to refer to it as, so that it can feed on them. Gourmet. Gourmet smorgasbord here. My friend was able to cleanse and sage the school, and this thing was gone for a while. However, new energies and new teachers and new students, low staff, holiday season, negative emotions are now at the school, and it seems like it's attracting it again. May not be the same. May not be the same entity, okay? Sounds like there's a portal in this school, maybe multiple portals. I don't know where this school is, what it was built upon. Maybe the portals were already there. You just didn't have the physical structures. But, yeah, I would need to know more about the property, the location, and its history. But there's definitely a portal there, maybe multiple portals. So unless you close the portals, you're just going to continue to have the same issues, only maybe with different entities. Anyway, she goes on to say, it likes to make itself known to my friend. Your friend is probably more susceptible. Her natural defenses are maybe not as strong as that of other people. Myself and my new co-teacher, because we have experiences with the paranormal. I see. And why do you have experiences with the paranormal? Probably because you fucked with that shit as a kid. A lot of people, when they're in their teenage years, they like to fuck with that goth shit. They got a lot of teenage angst, and they're bored. They don't have any meaning in their lives. Mommy and daddy are off work, and if there's a mommy and daddy, because from what I understand, something like maybe 17-18% of households now in America with a parent are actually two-parent male and female households. So, just a parent, no parent there, just a single mommy, because the dad don't get the custody too often, and she's off working, so, no mentors, no parental figures there to guide you, to keep you out of trouble. So a lot of kids these days are getting into this weird shit or playing around with the occult. Bad idea. Yeah, I bet you've had experiences with the paranormal. We were talking, and we think there's two spirits in my classroom, a boy and a man. These are not spirits. Let me explain something to you, okay? When you're dealing with an actual ghost, and this can occur with, of course, a demon as well, they have the ability to telepathically project images, but they much more prefer to feed off of you, absorb energy, than exert it. All right? Telepathic projections take a fair amount of energy. They can, of course, do this, but generally speaking, a human spirit doesn't appear as a big black blob with, barely perceptible edges to their outline. Okay? You can usually actually make out features, all right, of the person that they were in life. Okay? You're not dealing with anything that was ever human here, all right? My co-teacher's mother is similar to a shaman. Oh, geez. Oh, gee, that means absolutely positively nothing. And she lives in a different country. Her mother said that there were multiple spirits at her campus. Give me a break, all right? Your friend's mother is a charlatan. It's a fraud, as are most people who pretend to be psychic, okay? I'm sorry to inform you of this. She might actually believe her own bullshit, as most psychics do, but she's full of shit, all right? She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. The boy in our classroom was passed away long ago. Oh. Yeah, bullshit. But came back to the school because the only place he was familiar and safe with. Yeah, give me a break. I know the boy's spirit in the bathroom is harmless since his aura is green. How the fuck do you know that? How the fuck do you know that? What, are you taking pictures with the Kirlian fucking photography or some shit? Get the fuck out of here. What boy spirit? You've told us about a shadow person that's been fucking with you and trying to frighten you. You haven't told us about any boy. Oh, boy. Shadow people are not human. They never were human. But it's the dark male spirit who's terrorizing the kids. How do you know it's male? Oh, of course, you're probably a feminist, so naturally anything that terrorizes children must be a man. Must be male, of course. Yeah. He's tall and lanky and looks similar to Slender Man. That don't sound human to me. All the reports of the Slender Man I've seen, any like this weird, tall-looking motherfucker, his legs are so long, it's like a human on stilts or some shit, or looks like one anyway. That's not human. And by the way, why are you ascribing genders to this shit? This broad has limited conceptual ability, that's for sure. Anyway, so she goes on to say he was causing strings of bad luck yesterday. Why do you keep saying he? It's an it. You a shadow person, you dumb bitch. Just because it's a relatively large entity in your mind doesn't mean it's a male. These things don't have genders, yo. Oh, that's just you trying to graft the familiar onto something that you don't really actually comprehend or understand. I also realized that I didn't do my morning prayer yesterday, but what religion are you? She says she's not Catholic, not Christian. You don't sound like a particularly religious person. Morning prayer? What is this? Is this a Muslim school? Is this an Islamic school? Don't you people pray 5 times a day? I don't know what religion this is, but anyway. I didn't do my morning prayer yesterday, and my co-teacher had told me that she does chants mantras in the morning. What are they, Buddhists? I don't know that Buddhism qualifies as a religion so much as a philosophy. But anyway, depending on how seriously you approach it, of course, it can be a religion, just not one that has a deity. But anyway, although most Buddhists worship Buddha. They don't believe he's a god, but they worship him as an example nonetheless. But she was chants and mantras? Oh, geez. So these people are all involved in occult stuff to a certain extent. Yeah. But she was off work yesterday, so I think it was a double whammy for the classroom's protection, and it took advantage of that. You're doing a lot of speculation. I love when people speculate in this manner. This person sounds like she knows a very little, and that can be very dangerous. Knowing little and not knowing enough to know how little you know can lead you to woefully overestimate your own knowledge and understanding of the events occurring. You are not well informed enough, lady. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. These are not spirits, as far as what you said anyway. These are non-human, never human entities fucking with you, messing with you. It's the same old motherfucking story, okay? Whether you want to believe that they're, demons out of the fucking Bible who are seeking to corrupt mankind and possess them for that purpose so they can destroy that human and gain access to and control over their soul and drag it back to hell, or if they're just non-human entities who feed on human energy and are not from this realm. Whatever they are, what they are not is human. And they never were. And if you would think they are, and listen to some fucking shaman from some other country who claims to be able to read events and happenings from thousands of miles away, shows just how little you fucking know. As for sage, give me a break, all right? That has limited effectiveness, okay? That's going to work on very, very low on the fucking totem pole entities. We're talking weak shit, okay? And a lot of what that, smoking a house with your fucking sage, a lot of that effect is attributable as much to your belief in its ability to do something than any natural ability of the sage to clear out spirits, okay? People really underestimate the power of the human mind and its ability to infuse physical reagents that can then, in and of themselves, become some form of powerful protection and ward against these kind of forces. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section. Are these human spirits? And is the dark man the shadow figure man? No. Is there a boy spirit? No. Spirits don't hang out in bathrooms, okay? Oh, yeah, you're just... by the way, why are you... If there was just some little kid spirit there, why are you feeling all of this unease and this dread? If it's just some once human child spirit and you love kids, why are you feeling all this dread? Why? And you think the spirit's just hanging out in the bathroom watching people take a dump? That's not how it works. There's a fucking portal in the bathroom. And it's not to a nice place. That's why you're feeling the dread that you are. It will also explain why you have new spirits, new entities, replacing the old ones that were there after you did your cleansing. A lot of the times you do get rid of what was there, but the portal that is on the property oftentimes remains open because people don't know there's a portal. They don't know what a portal is. They wouldn't begin to know how to close it. And so, these entities, this entity, it's not gone. No, it's something new. You can drive off one thing, but then another comes through that portal. And that's why you don't let having dabbled a little in the occult and the paranormal lead you to believe you're some kind of fucking expert. Anyway, let me know what you think out there in the comment section. And let me know what you think. Is it a male entity and a little boy spirit being oppressed by that male entity? I think this brought us seen too many fucking TV shows. Or are we dealing with a demonic force, maybe multiple demonic forces, and a portal? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And on that note, I am out of here. I am the paranormal expert, a.k.a. Magus. And I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.